This is everything I have to eat in a day to cycle across Japan. On the docket for today, we've got about 54 miles from Kitakyushu to Hofu. So I opted for an efficient and free start to the day with the complimentary hotel breakfast. With these, sometimes the pickings are good, but today they were not. You win some, you lose some. But regardless, I tossed that kid down the hatch and got rolling for my final push out of Kyushu, finally marking our completion of the first major island of the trip. But just before the bridge out, I passed through a little street market with lots of interesting merchants and vendors, so I picked up a quick smoothie right before crossing into Chugoku via their underground walkway. I was curious to see if there were any market differences between the islands, and to my surprise, there actually were. Right after crossing over, the roads were much less upkept, and I am not exaggerating when I say I saw maybe 300 or 400 pee bottles discarded on the side of the road along the way. Anyway, after exiting the urine graveyard, there was a nice little roadside drive-in that was famous for the area's local specialties. So I tried their famous clam miso soup and finally got some stir-fried hodumon. When ordering it, I didn't know what this was, but I've seen it on a ton of different signs and menus, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Turns out that hodumon is stir-fried intestines, which I actually don't mind, and I would probably even venture to say that when served with some cabbage and spicy miso, they're kind of elite. The clam soup was good as well, but there was kind of a lot of sand in it. Now, the second half of today's riding was much more enjoyable. Less pee, more farmland, traditional homes, and I even passed the USA at one point before checking into my $32 a night hotel. Now, if you guys have a keen eye, you might notice that almost all of these countryside hotels I stay in look pretty much the same, and this comes as a result of the massive development boom of domestic travel infrastructure in the 70s through 90s during Japan's economic boom. But when the subsequent crash came in the 90s, this effectively left in place all of these then modern hotels, but they no longer had the money to keep them modernized, basically leaving them sort of locked in time as the closest thing to a time capsule into that period. Anyway, sorry for the tangent. For dinner, I hit this super solid pizzeria serving some authentic Italian fare like this little sausage arancini and this pizza if it didn't have little hot dogs on it. And for dessert, I rounded off the day with a quick protein bar run. See you guys tomorrow.